There once was a guy named Johnny. He sadly didn't have much money. He scrolled through Facebook feed, you showed him what he need. He got his Valentine's gift for Bonnie. The end. So the moral of this story is you have an important role to play this Valentine's Day and every Valentine's Day. Johnny needs to get that special gift for his lover Bonnie, and if your ad isn't there for him, he might mess this one up. You wouldn't want him to mess that one up, would you? Just keep that in mind. You got a valuable role to play. Hey all you shiny people out there, welcome to this latest shot of Espresso. I'm going to be talking to you about how to plan for and maximize your sales for Valentine's Day. And whether you make it for this Valentine's Day or it's something to think about for the future, you will definitely pick up some great tips here that you can apply right away, and some things that are actually portable to other holidays as well. So keep that in mind. So as you know, we just got through the Q4 rush, Christmas time, the holidays, biggest selling time of the year. But love is in the air. Valentine's Day is here. ShineOn, with all the great high quality jewelry that we offer here, is a perfect opportunity to jump on to the next holiday again, which is Valentine's Day. And it's a huge holiday. It's a huge gift buying holiday. It pairs well with everything that we offer in terms of products. So if you didn't make it with Q4, or you're still gearing up and didn't quite get as far with that as you wanted to, or even if you did, Valentine's Day is the next great thing to focus on for you and for sales in your business. So I basically broke down the sheet into some of the key points that people ask, or just things that are important to consider as you, again, plan and prepare for Valentine's Day, and just, some things to make sure you keep in your mind as you're trying to set up a battle plan for getting as many sales as you can for this holiday. So what are the best Valentine's Day niches? Now, the way I looked at the niches for this one are the different angles that we take in terms of who are we giving to. So, for example, husbands to wives, wives to husbands. Those are the obvious ones, right? Boyfriend to girlfriend, girlfriend to boyfriend, soulmate to soulmates, or any significant other. Fiancés to fiancées, so we would be looking at something like the wife-to-be or husband-to-be kind of a target there. Mothers, fathers to daughters, so one that we don't always think about. We think of a lot of the romantic side of Valentine's Day, but you can also do really well in gifts for daughters, because a lot of fathers get gifts for their daughters, or the parents together. And on the bottom of the list here is grandmothers and grandfathers to granddaughters. Maybe not as popular as many of the others, but there are still definitely grandparents out there that still like to get something nice for their grandchildren. And the nice thing with that as well is whenever you're shopping for daughters or things like granddaughters, not you, but your customers, you also have the opportunity for multiple sales with that. Unlike husbands to wives, hopefully, the husband's not buying gifts for multiple people for Valentine's Day, unless it's his wife or his daughter. But I'll let that one lie right there. So, who should I target in my ads for Valentine's Day? So some of this might seem a little obvious, but it's kind of the opposite. So if you're doing husbands to wives, you're focusing on the receiver, which is the wife, but the actual buyer is going to be the husband in that case. And there are different ways to target. So you can target more like demographics. So let's say if you were going husbands to wives, you could target men 25 plus that are married, or men 25 plus that are in a relationship, because you can still hit married men within that. You can also target more based on other interests, such as maybe a store that that men within the price range of what you are selling, they shop at Walmart, or maybe they shop at Target, or maybe they like certain restaurants and you target those as the interests. So those are some of the different ways that you can target the same person with different angles. So don't don't just lump it into you have to choose a married target within, if you're doing Facebook ads, you don't just have to choose married. You can think outside the box and find a bunch of different interests. Think about who it is you're targeting and all the different types of interests that they may have as a person, and not just as a husband. And then again, if you were doing 2 daughters, you could certainly target demographics with that one and choose parents. But again, there are many different ways to target people that have daughters, and a lot of times people that are married already naturally do have at least one child, a daughter or a son. So you have a 50% chance on that one. So just sort of keep your mind open in terms of how you can target things that way. Another thing I pointed out here in the document too is reverse targeting. So one thing that can be really effective, especially if you're considering more the guys or husbands as buyers, is that you can do reverse targeting, which you can actually include or specifically target the women in that case. So then, these wives are seeing this really beautiful piece of jewelry with a really nice message card, for example, and they're tagging their husbands on it, or if it's a girl, if it's the girlfriends, let's say, they're seeing that and they're tagging their boyfriends on the ad that you've posted. And giving the little hints, as some great women do, they'll give a little bit of hints to their guys, and so that's one way that you can target. And you can even specifically address them in that and say, hey, wouldn't you love your husband to get this for you, or something kind of along those lines. You could actually write that in the text, or use that in the text overlay if you're doing an image ad, you could put it on the overlay, something like that too. So, but at the very least, you could include both men and women in your targeting as opposed to just men. So again, just to reiterate, if it was a 2-wife product, and one way you could target would be just husbands, male, 25 plus, for example, or you could do men and women, 25 plus, and so then you're hitting the women, and you would open it up to potentially getting tags that way. When should I start testing products for Valentine's Day? This is a common question as well. Really, the best time that you can do it is like Q4, during the holidays. So if you had an opportunity to find some products that either had potential or actually did sell consistently over the holiday season at the end of the year, you can reuse those products to sell Valentine's Day. So if you had sold products that were 2-wife, with just a nice sentimental message card, you can resurrect that. You could actually bring back the same ads in some cases, depending on what your ads looked like or what text you had in the ad. You could resurrect those and rerun them for Valentine's Day, knowing that you had already made sales and that product really had that potential to make more money. So that's really best case scenario, is if you already do have that winning product or something that really showed some signs of hope that fits within the niches that we discussed, 2-wife to husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, even daughters, granddaughters. If you didn't have something like that and you're sort of starting fresh in the new year, that is not a problem whatsoever. It's good to start testing mid-January typically, even if you're just running on low budget, trying to get just some ads running to see if you can get engagement, maybe good click-through rates on the products. Now, men tend to buy things later than women as a rule. So, if you're starting mid-January, even the last few weeks in January, you might not see a lot of sales come in for the 2-girlfriend or 2-wife products from men. And you might be better off to target the women first and for products for their husbands or their boyfriends, just because they tend to buy a little sooner. So don't be discouraged if you are running some ads or have been, in January, and you're not seeing a lot of movement or a lot of sales yet, because really the bulk of the sales will come in that first week of February. Actually, I'll go back to this front page here. I did put a trend from last year from ShineOn, and you can see. Now I'll lean in here a little bit. So like February 1st is right here, and you can see it just skyrockets here. February 1st hits, and it's just kind of a natural trend every year, is that February hits and people are like, oh no, it's the month of love. Oh no, it's in, Valentine's Day is in 2 weeks and I haven't gotten my significant other or anything yet. So it's kind of like that oh no moment where everybody realizes, oh, I got to get this done. I have to find something. And so remember that, yes, you're providing, well, two things, really. The first thing is you're providing relief, let's say in this case, to an example, to a man to get that gift and take care of that and be able to cross that off of his list. And not to sound bad about it, but it's a great feeling to know, okay, I can cross that off my list. I've gotten that special thing for my significant other. And so you're satisfying that personal need, and you're also providing a really great product with a sentimental message card that will help satisfy, her in her desire to get a nice gift from her husband or boyfriend as well. So it's really twofold in that way. So when you consider that, it's good to think about that when you're writing your ad, really targeting, it's in one way, it's kind of a pain point. It's, oh, the man is thinking, oh, I got to get something for her. I don't know what to get. I'm not good at being sentimental. And so you're providing, that service to him to say, hey, here's a great gift. It looks really nice. And it's even, below $100. So you don't have to spend a lot and you still have this really great gift that you can get her. So, just wanted to sort of point that out as we go here. So yeah, again, just to tie up this section here, when should I start? It's really January, and because ideally you can find that product by the time you hit February 1st so that you can start scaling once people really do start buying. But even if you haven't started anything until February 1st, definitely jump in, get some products in there, even if it's, that first week in February, because it's a very short window that we have for selling for Valentine's Day. And even if you have, just a kind of a base hit kind of a product, maybe it's not a home run, but you're able to, sell a few to at least be profitable and make some money, definitely get some things tested and some ads running there. What's a good plan of attack for Valentine's Day? Perform research in January. I guess I sort of got ahead of myself a little bit here. Prepare designs, artwork, ad assets mid-January. Again, even if you're not running a lot of ads early on in January, just getting everything prepared and around, getting some artwork that you'll be able to test, phrases that you'll be able to test once you are ready and once you do get closer to February. And then, being ready to scale in that first week in February up through the shipping cutoff deadlines. And yes, you can continue to sell past the cutoff deadlines, but it's just important to make sure the expectations are clear that, may not arrive by Valentine's Day is a great way to say it. Or you could do something like, you could create an actual code that says not going to make it and say, just order now and you can get 15% off or 20% off the product, just knowing that it's not going to arrive in time for Valentine's Day. And in some cases, people might not be celebrating right on Valentine's Day, just like any holiday. They may have work trips and they're not going to be home and they're celebrating the weekend after, for example, or something like that. So never think that just immediately as soon as February 14th is over with that everybody's going to drop off. There still could be people that are wanting to purchase, but just make it clear what you're offering. Should I create designs that look like Valentine's Day? So the answer is that, you can, but really the better answer is keep it more simple, keep it more general. So what this serves for you is that if you just create a really nice phrase, a romantic or a sweet phrase that works really well, sentimental phrase that sells, you can keep the design basic. That way you can actually have more longevity with that product going forward. So basically, sort of like what I mentioned with Christmas time, if you had a product that sold well at Christmas and it's not Christmas themed, but it's still kind of a romantic, sentimental message, you can just port that right over and use it for Valentine's Day. Same for Valentine's Day, as long as it's not just overtly Valentine's Day in the design itself, you can use that same exact product, send people to that same product page, and advertise it for Valentine's Day. Now, where you can differentiate things, and that's what I suggest here in the document too, is you can differentiate it within the ad itself. So product stays the same, but the image ad you have might have roses around it, or might have a lot of the red hearts and more of the over-the-top red kind of a theme for Valentine's Day. It's also within the messaging that you can differentiate yourself and talk about Valentine's Day or get a great gift within, with fast shipping and just in time for Valentine's Day, a sentimental message that will melt her heart, anything like that. It's more Valentine's Day focused. That's where you want to spend more time doing it more of the Valentine's Day focus. So that would be our suggestion with that one. What products sell well for Valentine's Day? Obviously, jewelry is the biggest thing to focus on for Valentine's Day, but you don't necessarily need to limit it just to that either. We are consistently releasing different products, and not only for females, but also for males. So in terms of, I did go ahead and list out some of them here. So we have a new Eternal Hope necklace, and I'll show you some photos here in a second. Love Knot, Alluring Beauty, Forever Love, Sweetest Hearts, Double Hearts necklace, Cuban Link chain, Everlasting Love cross necklace, Interlocking Hearts, and then we've recently introduced metal art. So let's take a look at some of those. So here's one of the new metal art pieces that we have that will be customizable with the names of the people that are purchasing it. So this is a great, eternity, eternal love kind of a design here. Infinity love. So that's a great option as something other than jewelry for Valentine's Day. Forever Love necklace with the heart and the cubic zirconias in it. The double heart necklace. Everlasting Love is the one that's the 14 karat gold. It's more of an expensive product. Now, keep in mind if you're selling something that is more at this higher price point, you do have to spend more to try to make the sale. If you're not in a position where you have higher budgets where you're comfortable spending a lot more money to try to sell this necklace, it's still a great idea to have it on your store, because in a lot of our testing, what we found is even if it's just on your store, people come in through another product. Like let's say you had this product here that's at $50 or $60, and then they see this product here on your store, that we've seen people that will come in and actually buy this more expensive product after coming in from the other product. Because really, at the end of the day, a lot of people know that, I want to get something that is more gold or more expensive, and they want the higher price point, because then as the buyer, let's say a guy in this case, or the husband, he feels a little bit better about his purchase because he spent over $100 on it, or he spent over $200 on this gift, as opposed to $60. Some people are just more like that. So they see this secondary option and they get that as well. So at least having it available in your store where people can find it is a good strategy for that. Sweetest Heart necklace. These are, they're stamped with, you can have multiple different hearts here and they're stamped with initials on it. That's a real special customizable gift there. The interlocking hearts. This one tends to be more for daughter or granddaughter. You can also try it for more of a romantic niche, but we've seen it work real well more for daughter and granddaughter type gifts, or for, it doesn't really fit for Valentine's Day, but like best friends, besties can be a great one for that too. But the Alluring Beauty necklace is always a great winner. The Love Knot here down below. And yeah, I'll just finish these out and I'll go back to this one. But Eternal Hope necklace is the new one that you want to definitely check out here in the bottom left. Really big, beautiful looking cubic zirconia that will stand out in your newsfeed. It's new, it's something that people haven't seen yet. So I think that would be a great place for you to start as well. Cross necklace is always good. It can go for guys or for men or women. It's engravable on the back, and you can get it with a regular necklace, more of a dainty necklace for women, or the ball necklace for men. And then we have also still newer-ish in our product offering is the cubic link chain necklace, selling like hotcakes right now for men, for husbands, for boyfriends. So definitely get this one in circulation. Again, it's still something that's not seen as much, and it's very popular with women to buy it. So here's a hot tip. You can add add-ons to your products. So within the settings, within the ShineOn app, or within the platform, you can click on and toggle on the different add-ons that we have. Here are some that will be great for Valentine's Day. Rose petals. We offer synthetic rose petals here mention that. And so when people are purchasing the jewelry, they can add this one on. It costs you around $5, and you could sell it for $10, $15 even, and just make that extra money. And sometimes just something like an extra few dollars can make the difference between a winning ad campaign and a losing one. And so that's a huge, great add-on for this Valentine's Day. So definitely get that one going. Cubic zirconia studs. So the earrings added onto the necklace, especially anything that has cubic zirconia in the necklace. This is a very popular add-on. And then we also have our newer love knot earrings that would pair very well with the love knot necklace, of course. We also have a gift wrap kit, and polished cloth, and then 2-year protection plan that always do real well. It's just like free money for you, really. You know, they're already in there, they're purchasing the necklace, and they have these add-ons that's going to increase your average order value, and again, can also take you from an almost or losing campaign or a just break-even campaign to a winning campaign where you're actually making profit. So that's sort of just the recap. Well, that wasn't the recap, but that's the overview and kind of a summary of all the different things that you can be considering for Valentine's Day. And even just taking 1 or 2 of these different concepts that I discussed today is going to really help you to better plan and prepare for Valentine's Day. And again, a lot of the things that I discussed here are actually very transferable to about any holiday. But this is where I would start. This is what I would suggest to you. Again, if you haven't started yet, we're getting into February, definitely still just get in there and start testing ads. Even if you're just going to start at a low budget, take the action, start learning the process, get some products out there, and you might be really surprised what you can sell in just a week or like within a week and a half of that first few weeks of February. So have a great day. Stay shiny. Great to see you. You got this.